So picture this. You are on a Zoom call for networking or even at a live event with, let's say, 20 or 30 business professionals just like you. And the facilitator just said you each have 30 seconds to introduce yourself. And so here's what typically happens. We start reaching for our phone and typing in what we're going to say, or grab a piece of paper to type in what we're going to say. And we think, well, that gives me enough time to maybe say my name and my business. I can do that. Oh, but what if I talked about one of my clients and all this ruminating that you're doing, you have missed the last 5, 8, or 10 introductions. And guess what? So has everyone else. And how do you break through all that distraction? Because you want your introduction to be remembered, you want people to connect with it, and you want them to talk to you about your business. There is a better way. I'm Deb DeSandro, and I help people to speak up on purpose. So let's talk about what we could do differently. In my Business Speaker Academy, I often have a lot of my clients who come in and start with their name and what they do. But we have all worked to create introductions that are more interesting and memorable. So that is the first thing you want to do. Don't start with your name and what you do, because it's not about you. It's about them and what your business can do for them. So let's take an example. Let's say you are a mortgage lender with XYZ Mortgage Company. Instead of starting that way, the first question to ask is, what do people need to know right now about mortgage lending? What are they confused about? And how might I help them? So you might start something like this. Many of you, if not all of you, know that interest rates are at an all-time low, but you may not know whether or not this is a good time for you to refinance your home. You know, is it worth your time? Is it worth the hassle? Is it really going to save you money? And you may even wonder, will the lender be honest with me about whether this works for me, or is he just out to get my business? Hi, I'm Joe Salvo with XYZ Mortgage, and there are 3 goals that I personally attest to and work with all my clients. Number 1, I am going to save them time and hassle. Number 2, my goal is to save them money. And number 3, I am always going to be honest with them about whether what they're doing is in their best interests. Come and ask me how I can help you. And that's it. It's way more interesting and it's way more about them. So take the time before you get to the networking event to write out your 30 or 60-second introduction, and you are on your way to being remembered.